I'll put my hazards on pretty soon. This time it's a lighting system hazard. There's 5 million hazards. My meter was mostly saying 9 bushels per acre on the west part of that field. These are just nice cotton work shirts. I actually love wearing them. They do get quite dirty, but they're easily washable, and I think it's always nicer when your shirts are dirty during harvest time because it means you're working and having a great time.
How far is he behind you, Kate?
Right behind me. I'll put my hazards on. Now I'm climbing onto the approach. Your hazards are probably a switch on the top right, Arvid.
Get going, I don't need you right there in front of me.
That's what my dad said to Grandpa.
You should have a triangle.
Oh, the button, yes, it has a triangle, and mine flashes when it's on. There are 2 flies in my combine cab, and I actually saw Welker's post the other day about how hard it is having a fly in your combine cab, and I totally felt that. I don't think my dad put his hazards on. And we're on our way. The field to the right, I saw our neighbors harvesting actually yesterday. So harvest is in full swing here in the Golden Triangle region of Montana. And the Golden Triangle region is the highest and best producing area in the U.S. for wheat and barley. So that's what the Golden Triangle is. And our farm is a part of that. I love watching all of the other harvesting operations going while I'm driving down the road. It's really neat. Oh my goodness, a deer running through that field. I'm going to have to slow down a little bit because my combine drives slower than my dad's.
Right on the other side of this coulee gate a little ways is a post on the right. Make sure that you don't hit it. You can see where they mowed out next to it, kind of.
Okay, I'll look for it. Thank you for the heads up. So my dad said there's a post coming up after this coulee that we're going into. And a coulee is basically a draw in the field, so it's a big down and up on the road. Oh, I see the post. I'll be good. If I had the 40-foot header, I might need to be a little bit more careful.
Right here.
Okay, I see it. Oh, that's cool. These are our neighbors who are farming this.
I could be wrong about that, I don't know.
This crop to our left here is wheat, but you could hardly tell there's so much kochia and wild oats in it. So that's definitely not something you want to do. It's hard to kill those weeds though once they get that big. Now we're going around a slight turn in the road. We have another one up here. So we're getting closer to the field. It's 5:34. So we won't have too long in this next field we're starting. We've been ending around 8 because a lot of our employees have about an hour drive home and it's important to get good rest. We're also moving through harvest at a really fast pace because there's no crop. Now we're coming up to where the pavement of the road begins, so we take a left here.
Looks like you've got your combine pointed towards the field gate.
That's hilarious, very funny. There's a combine up here that doesn't have a cab, and my dad wants...
I think it's that one on the right down there.
It doesn't have a cab, and my dad wants me to experience running for the day. This farmer uses that combine to harvest his crops, so I think it's really interesting, and I'd love to try it for at least one day. I would appreciate my cab a lot more, I'm sure, after running the cabless combine. There's another operation to our right that seems to be going. They've got a semi-truck and a combine out there. And it's interesting because all of the farms in this area have farming practices that are different. And a lot of that is because originally the farmers that homesteaded these farms and the lands here are all from different areas. So, for example, my great-grandfather's from Denmark, so he probably picked up some farming practices in Denmark from the little farming area he grew up in. And those have just been passed down through many generations. Something that my great-grandfather started in our family that's just been passed down even now to me is you run old machinery or you work for the equipment dealer. And there's other practices of farming that vary between operations. So we can all be farming very similar ground, but in completely different ways. And I think that's so unique. I have to slow down again. I'm catching my dad. Now we are making our turn onto the road that will lead us to our new field. It will almost be dinner time by the time we get there. It's 5:47 right now, so we may be able to pull one path. But we also have to move, actually we might not. We might park combines and go get pickups and the disc and water truck and everything like that. I'm not sure. Darcy and Austin and Grandpa might be able to do that as well, and Uncle Chris. There's a barley crop to my right. It looks really fluffy, and barley is actually not quite as golden as wheat.
You want to get ahead of me?
I feel a little bit more comfortable roading combines now than I did the very first day I roaded the combine, so that's a good thing.
Mark, do you want to pull it through there by Katrina's yard, or do you want to go down to the field? Pull into Katrina's.
That's my Uncle Chris who answered that question. The swather is still swathing, I guess. Now this field I helped seed, which is very exciting, to harvest the wheat that I seeded. I can't believe it, actually. It's so unbelievable. This is the first time that I've been involved in every single operation on the farm for a field, so I just can't wait to harvest it. Hopefully it's really good wheat too, and then maybe my dad will want me to seed more. So I'm slowing down now, and I'll have to remember to take my combine out of third gear before I go harvest. Maybe I'll just do that now. No, because we still have to road a little bit to get to the field. This looks like wheat that hasn't been swathed yet in this field. My grandpa's just right over there. I heard dinner on the radio, so we're probably just going to park, maybe get some pickups right now, or just eat, depending on how fast dinner gets out here. I'm lining my combine up next to my dad's right now. Oh, actually I'll just leave it in third and idle it down. Well, we made it to where our next field is, or very close to our next field. So that's definitely an accomplishment, and we made it in one piece with the combines also not being completely wrecked. I'm now getting out of the combine. Sorry? No, well, we'll probably come back in, I would say, after dinner, but we have to move trucks and stuff and the disc over, so I'm not completely sure. I don't think so, not right now. We'll be able to come back. And I forgot to turn my flashers off, so I'm headed back up the ladder. Sorry? Oh no, really? There we go. Yes, it is confusing. How do you like roading the combines?
Combine up to 70.
I wish I could go 72. Dinner time right now. Grandpa just drove all of us out to the field, and now we're driving all of the equipment back. So Arvid is driving the tandem truck, Darcy's driving the semi-truck, Brian is driving the pickup truck I drove out, I'm driving my dad's pickup, Uncle Chris is driving the water truck, and my dad's driving disc. Wow, that was a lot to remember. And then there Grandpa goes to take Darcy and Arvid to the trucks.
Go ahead, Kate. That way you can go over the bridge by Vanhorn in case somebody's coming.
Put my flashers on, and it looks like I'm flagging today. There's a white vehicle coming up on the road right in front of me. Well, I just made it to the yard, and it looks like Austin is servicing the combines. Dad is coming down the road right there with the disc, and then Uncle Chris is behind him in the water truck. Brian is behind Uncle Chris in the pickup, and then Arvid is driving the tandem, and Darcy should be coming with the semi soon too. Dad's going by in the disc. There's Uncle Chris in the water truck. Now I'm going into my combine to get my stuff for the night. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed and learned a little bit more about how your food gets to your table. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can also visit the Kate's Egg website, katesag.com, and purchase a made and grown in the USA Kate's Egg t-shirt with either left chest or left sleeve arm logo, or a Kate's Egg tote bag. You can also follow Kate's Egg on Instagram, KATES_AG, and on Facebook, TikTok, and Pinterest. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!